Hello, this is Talamir and welcome to another repair video. In this video, we're looking at a Samsung Galaxy S10, an S10e to be specific. And let me try to show this to you guys. It's been in storage for a while, maybe 5 months, and I'm finally just getting to it. Yeah. It's been apart for definitely a very long time, and I've been meaning to get it finished for a while, and I'm finally deciding that, you know what, now is the time that I get this done. That's the charge port, because the charge port on this one is, I think it's a little bit loose. I was using it and I found the charge port just not to be perfect. So we've got everything more or less out, and I had most of it set up already, where here's the new screen. The screen needed to be replaced as well. I believe the old screen is in the garbage, and it has been for quite a while. So let's move over to the microscope, and we're going to get that charge port swapped. I'm setting the heat gun to 400. It might be actually a little bit hot, but I mean, like, the board is relatively thin. I think 400 should be good at maybe 50% speed. Trying to get this off as much as possible as quickly as possible without warping the board. That fell immediately off. Let's see what the bottom looks like. It's a double row. I'm sure no pads have been torn off. I think it's okay. We're going to flip the board over and take a look at the other side. Okay. It looks good. Looks like we've got a little bit of factory flux. Okay, looks good. I'm going to go and put some leaded solder on there. Let's go from there. Now I'm just using a giant of an iron for my tip right now, just so that this can move along quickly. Also got to put some solder into those holes as well. Let's add a little bit of flux. Okay, let's give that a clean up while it's still decently hot. We gotta prep it. It's gonna be really hard. I think I'm gonna have to use my smaller tip just to get this done. Gotta change my tip. I need a really small, not an extremely small tip, but a relatively small tip for this. I've got one here, kind of a chisel blade style. Just need a little bit of flux, tiniest amount. I didn't used to do this. My preference was to instead simply prep the pads and then put it on top, and that was it, and then I would just check the pads afterwards. But because there is a double layer here where you've got pins that are hidden, it makes it a lot more difficult to work with. Burnt a little bit of the plastic though, just a little bit. But I don't see any bridges. I don't see any bridges at all. Okay, should be as easy as simply heating up the board itself and then dropping it right onto the board, and that should do the trick. I've also prepped the pads already on it, so theoretically this should be relatively an easy task. At least that's the hope. I'm gonna put a little bit more flux on here and heat up the board. Once again, 400, and hopefully this is going to be done and dusted. I don't need a lot. Even this may have been too much flux. I don't want to flood it. Maybe that should be fine, I hope. And here we go. Looking for those pads to start going shiny. Once they go shiny, I'm going to drop that port on, and then I got to keep the heat on it until the port has come up to proper temperature as well. Once that has happened, then I should be safe. I should be good to go. Just one more on the left side. Okay, I think we're good. There, it sat down. I have no way to tell. Is it flat looking? I don't think it's flat enough. There, that's set. It looks good. But I've got this tester. What is it called? It's called Mechanic, and it's a very weird one, but I'm happy with what I can do. I just want to make sure that the port is checking out. Okay, so I'm going to be testing this with my other tester, but it's showing as only 4 pins being connected. That may indicate that one side is lifted. it's not sat properly. As far as I know, it should be 5 and 5 on both sides, and if it's not at least that, then at least I think it's pins 17 and is it 7 or 8 that are also supposed to be open, and the rest supposed to be green between pins 9 and 4 and between 21 and 16. So we got a bit of a problem here. I have to go back in there and remove the charge port and give this another go. I'm doing another test and seeing how it goes, and I don't know if that's right. There were some other pins that were connected before, and they're not connected now. There's pins on the other side that are connected. Oh, this is getting frustrating. I'm gonna try doing a reflow and just see what happens. That looks normal. That really does look normal. Okay, 127, 125, 268, 200. Okay, that feels good, I think. And this side, 127, yeah, it's doing pretty much the same thing. Good. I don't need a whole lot of stuff plugged into this. I really do not. I don't need it to turn on. I just need to see that it doesn't throw an error message. 1.4 amps, it shot up to briefly. 400. It's giving a temperature warning. Why is it giving me a temperature warning? Maybe it's still sensing that this is warm from when I was working on it. Now, the issue with that there was a yellow, that yellow caution thing that kept popping up. Pretty sure that is because of the NFC, what is it called? It's a thing that's like for wireless. It's not exactly like Wi-Fi, but like wireless communication for like things like credit cards and stuff like that. Basically, the temperature sensor is on it. If it can't detect the temperature sensor, it automatically assumes that there is a temperature issue with the phone. Apparently, that's what's happening there. It's this thing right here. Let's get this stuff in and let's see what happens. I just want to see it like turn on without, or at least charge without giving that error message. I'm gonna just toss in a couple screws. Okay, that's done. Charge meter, please, no errors. Okay, and I don't see any errors. Okay, I'm gonna just flip this over. It's drawing almost 700 milliamps with no errors. It is done. We can finally get this together and do a final test. Now, technically it's done at this point. It looks like quite the beast with those clamps on it. But yeah, I've got it all glued down. I didn't like the adhesive that it had on the back cover, so I had to add a little bit of E8000 glue just to give it a bit more strength. I'm gonna have to give it a little bit of a cleanup, but there it is right there. It is stunning. I am so happy with it. That's all there is for this video. If you guys like the video, please do leave a like, and if you want to see more of my stuff, subscribe. We'll see you guys all in another video. Bye.